When someone shows you who they are, believe them. In this video, I will talk about why it's important to be able to cut people off. Also, ways to detect when it is time to cut your ties and what happens when you don't. I have put myself in so many dangerous situations just because I didn't know how to cut people off. And even though I suffered pain, abuse, and loss from not knowing better, I'm glad I learned. I'm your host and coach, Shayla Ma'at. And if you have a vision and want to break past your limits and transform, I invite you to subscribe and become a part of the community, because here is exactly what we focus on. My role is to help you make your unconscious behaviors and motivations conscious, so you can become the change you seek. Subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new here, be sure to check the description box below where you'll find my freebies and links to my coaching programs and courses, Facebook community, as well as ebooks. I used to be the type of person that may have intuitively felt that something wasn't right about a person, but because of my lack of self-love, awareness, and commitment to personal development, caused me to allow people into my life that had no business there. Comment below if you can relate. Are you in that space right now? Or are you overcoming this dangerous habit? Here's why it's important to be able to cut people off. You have to have discernment. Having discernment will help you avoid people's bad influence, the type of influence that will take you off your path, get you caught up in someone else's bad luck and bad energy, and possibly be influenced to do things that go against your best interest, like being influenced to eat unhealthy, being around drugs, alcohol, over excessively drinking. When you develop discernment, you avoid exposing yourself to people's sabotage and hidden agendas. Having discernment will help you to avoid wasting your time and energy. That way you can make progress in life. Being around toxic people slows down your progress. Think about it. When you're around people that bring no value or bad vibes, you could be somewhere working on a skill. You could be somewhere spending time with someone that brings you value and working towards something great. Having discernment helps you to avoid unnecessary conflict and protect your peace. When you find yourself around people where you always end up in a conflict, that is a red flag that you should consider cutting them off. So here's some ways that you can detect when it's time to cut ties. Let's start right here. Consistent conflict. Being able to resolve conflict and having conflict resolution skills is a part of having healthy relationships. However, when the conflict becomes consistent and chronic, that is a red flag that it is time to cut ties. Another way to know when it's time to cut ties is to already have deal breakers set. And if you don't have those deal breakers set, begin to list them and create them now. Some ways to create deal breakers for yourself is to consider your boundaries. These are the things that make you feel safe and stable. Also, consider your goals and your direction in life. Do you benefit in any way from this person being in your life? You can also set deal breakers based on your morals and principles. Ask yourself, what principles do you stand on? And set your deal breakers based on what you deeply believe in. You can also set your deal breakers based on your interests and inspirations. Do you and the person share the same interests? Does that person inspire you? Raise your vibration or inspire you to want to go to the next level and be creative, or help you to bring out your gifts? Your deal breakers should consider whether this person brings value to your life or not. Another way to detect when it's time to cut ties is to know that person's role in your life. People are either assets or liabilities. An asset is useful and valuable. A liability, that is a person whose behavior or even presence in your life could possibly put you at a disadvantage. You cut your liabilities and assess your assets. What do I mean by assess your assets? If you determine that a person is an asset in your life, assess the level of value that they bring to your life and make sure you are not codependent to them. Codependence is to excessively rely on a person's support due to your own deficiencies, illnesses, or addictions. If you are codependent, your perception on a person's value in your life could be distorted and covering an addiction or a deficiency. For example, you could be codependent on a toxic roommate because you need the supplemental income that comes from sharing the rent expense with them. Your financial deficiency causes you to choose to interact and be in relationships with toxic people, like a toxic roommate. Knowing your deficiencies or addictions can help you to immediately begin to come up with solutions that will help you start to distance yourself from codependent relationships. Comment down below if you would like me to make a video about codependency. Be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, do you feel that you need them? Are you codependent? If you are codependent, start to explore some of the things you may feel you're missing that they provide and begin to find ways to provide them for yourself so that you can become whole. So what happens when you don't cut people off? When you continuously choose to be around people that you know mean you no good, you unconsciously begin to lose trust for yourself. You can't really walk in your true authenticity because deep down, you know that you're not honoring yourself. You're subjecting yourself to toxicity, and that is affecting your confidence because deep down, you may be codependent. A great way to protect your peace is to learn the ability to cut people off. Work on being self-sufficient. Create principles that you deeply believe in and will honor, and have well-developed and thought-out boundaries. Check out this video to learn more about boundaries, and I'll see you on the next one.